Hey Paul, first off, I just want to say sorry if you can't understand all that I say during this video. For I just got nasal surgery on Friday morning, so I'm still kind of out of it a little bit, and I'm just feeling a little rough right now. But I'll do the best I can to give you a peer review, man. Um, First of all, after watching your video, I just want to say thank you for doing it over such a massive topic like 9/11. There's a ton to cover in this one topic, so I thought it was brave of you to decide to go with this topic specifically. It was an interesting watch, and I appreciate you doing the video over it. Now, as far as content goes, I thought it was really good. There's a lot to cover, like I said, but you managed to squeeze it all in within the time frame. So I thought that was a really big positive out of your video. The structure, I thought it could have been a little bit stronger as far as telling the viewer exactly what you're going to be going through. I have a big problem with that right now too with my speeches, as far as telling us right in the beginning of what you're going to be discussing. Just really briefly, just to give us the main points. You kind of touched on it right in the beginning, but overall, I thought that could have been a little bit stronger. Maybe next time, just give us a brief rundown of exactly what you're going to be talking about so we know what to expect. Not a huge deal, but just something to think about. Also, as far as structure, and probably goes along with content as well, I thought you could have dived into the no plane theory a little bit further to really express to the viewers why you believe that is a good theory to follow or believe in, because you gave us a lot of good information, but when you finally gave us what you thought was the most possible explanation for 9/11, which is no plane theory. It kind of just seemed like you briefly touched on it. You mentioned it for about 5 seconds, and then you went right along with the other stuff. I thought, as a viewer, it left me curious as to why you believed in no plane theory over everything else. And so, yeah, maybe just something to think about as well, just to dive a little bit more into your own stance, because you presented a lot of great materials against why the popular stance shouldn't be as popular or at least questioned more than it already is. Organization, I think we touched on that already, is pretty good. Just maybe touch on the topics or the main points a little bit better. The flow, I loved your intro, man. I thought it was excellent as far as dragging or bringing in the viewers as to ask questions. Don't just take anything for granted. Always ask why I believe in what I believe and why you believe in what you believe in. And I thought it was just really well done throughout the speech, as far as you asked the audience the same question throughout the speech. I don't know if you planned on that or not, but I thought it was awesomely done as far as asking the listeners why we would believe in that as well. You just tied in the beginning with the rest of the whole speech, and I thought that was really brilliant to do that in that manner. Um, yeah, as far as clarity, I thought your projection of your voice was awesome. I didn't have any problems understanding what you said. The biggest issue that I had with your speech was just the sources. Throughout your speech, there was a brief mention of a video that you watched, but overall, I thought that you could have cited the sources a little bit better. um, as a viewer, I just was listening to it as you were telling me, but you didn't have anything credible to back up your statements, such as the steel melting, the 83 video recordings that were confiscated, the black boxes. I thought those were three prime examples of when you could have easily stuck a source in with those information. So yeah, just sources. If you would just add the sources into your speech, I think it gives you a lot more credibility and gives the listener more of an attentive ear, as far as this guy really knows what he's talking about, so I'm going to listen to him even more. So maybe just work on your sources and how you cite them. For example, like when I cite a source, I just use it all in one sentence. Like, I got this information from X, and this is what he said, and then I move right along with the speech. So maybe just incorporate where you got the sources at. That could work a lot better for a future speech that you give. And delivery, I thought it was awesome that you didn't, you cut back way back on the vocal crutches such as and I didn't hear too much of that, so I thought that was a huge improvement. You used really good pauses throughout your speech that helped us as viewers not get too distracted by the vocal crutches that you're using. And lastly, just to remind you, just to show your speaking notes at the end. I noticed you didn't do that throughout this speech, but just flash them at the end and you're good, man. So again, thank you for doing your speech. I thought it was good. Thank you.